Oh my God. That's an experience I don't want to ever repeat. I mean, don't get me wrong. Paul's a really nice bloke. But those 3 dogs of his, they need reining in. 3 bloody great big dogs. 3 bloody great big Rottweilers. There's one thing that should never happen when I'm in their company. Being left alone. Paul had gone upstairs to shampoo his hair, and Savage, named after Paul's footballing hero Robbie, is sitting in the opposite corner of the room to me, whilst I'm grabbing some well-deserved downtime, looking over the hatch it, match it and snatch it, the births, deaths and marriages section of the Romford Recorder. The gown, scissors and comb are already out, so as I'm looking to see if any of my clients have pegged it, I suddenly feel this warm breath on my ankle. So I lift the paper up and I see this snotty-nosed dog bogging me out. So I remember my David Attenborough and I try and avoid eye contact. That might work with a 2-ton gorilla, but that doesn't stop Savage from working his way up to my bargain bucket. I mean, God knows what it is about my fucking clients and their fucking animals. Now I need to get Paul downstairs, but I can hear the water running. And I thought, fuck this, I'll give it a go. So try not to attract any more unnecessary attention from Scooby-Doo down there. I'm like, Paul? 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 Now, I don't know if I've got a voice like a dog whistle, but suddenly the other 2 have bundled their way in from the kitchen. Annie, named after the orphan, and because she is one, and Cuckoo, because he's just a chock full of nuts. It was a classic pincer movement. I was surrounded. Now I've tried to pat Savage on the head, but now the other 2 want some affection and they're pushing their way up my legs. All of a sudden, Savage tries to mount me, and I see this red thing between his legs starting to get bigger and bigger. Now I know there's a joke about what do you do if a Rottweiler tries to shag you? Let it. But this was no joke, and I'm no comedian, and it definitely wasn't funny. At that moment, Paul came downstairs, rubbing his damp hair with a towel hanging over his face. Thank God the dogs ran over to him. So I jumped up, acted like nothing had happened, grabbed the gown, the comb and the scissors, and stood by the chair, waiting for him to sit down. He says, "They ain't been bothering you, have they?" I looked down at Cuckoo and Savage, who looked back at me as if to say, "Go on, I'll fucking dare you." No, they were fine, thanks, Paul. No problem at all. Friendly, aren't they? Yeah, he says. I think they like you. So he sits down, I'll gown him up, and we're good to go. In the meantime, Annie's walked over and stuck her nose in my work bag. So I'm trying to cut Paul's hair, and I tap the top of her head with my foot to stop her from infecting my brushes. The golden rule here is, never have the blades of your scissors about to close on a client's hair when your focus is elsewhere. All of a sudden, I've cut the wrong side of my fingers, and I've taken a lump out the back of his hair. I don't know why I get up in the morning sometimes. Anyway, now I'm in a hot and cold sweat, my throat's in lockdown, and my saliva, well, that's fucked off. At times, I am so lucky. I don't deserve to be, but I am. I suddenly remembered that Paul was going on holiday in about a week's time, so I suggested to him, why don't you have your hair cut a little bit shorter, because it grows quicker in the heat, which it does. They were the longest 6 seconds of my life while I waited for an answer. After a few, he agreed. My heart rate was at near coronary. Look, I'm not an animal lover, and people run a very close second with me. But at least when I'm with a client, I'm safe in the knowledge that bits of me are not going to get nuzzled. But if I've learnt anything from today, I'd have to say that Paul's very lucky that he was going away on holiday.